Hello students, this is the fourth online English class that I am uploading for the 7th standard students. Okay, I am your Rega teacher from your SNDSY UP school. In our previous classes, we were discussing the story How Far is the River, and we read till page 11, I think till para 15. From that, we understood that the boy, our central character, left from his home to see the river, which was on the other side of the mountain. On the way to the river, first he met a woodcutter, then a village girl. Okay, let's continue the story. Presently, he saw another boy ahead of him, driving a few goats down the path. "How far is the river?" he asked. The village boy smiled in a friendly way and said, "Oh, not far, just round the next hill and straight down." Whom did the boy met recently? Yes, now he met a village boy. What was the village boy doing? The village boy was driving few goats down the path. Yes. What was the village boy's reply when the boy asked about the river? Say what the village boy replied. Yes, the village boy replied, "The river is not so far. He has to go few more. Just round the next hill and straight down. If we go just round the next hill and straight down, he can see the river." Okay, that means the river is nearing. Okay, let's continue the next paragraph. The boy, feeling hungry, unwrapped his loaf of bread and broke it in halves, offering one portion to the village boy. They sat on the hillside and ate in silence. Now, what the boy did is that he unwrapped his loaf of bread. Unwrapped means opened the cover of the bread he has brought with him. Then he broke it in halves and he offered one portion to the village boy. They together ate it by sitting on the hillside. Okay. When they had finished, they walked on together and began talking and talking. The boy did not notice the smarting of his feet. Smarting means pain of his feet, because the boy was walking for long, no? So his feet may get pain. And the heat of the sun, and the distance he had covered, and the distance he had yet to cover. But after some time, his companion had to diverge. Diverge means separate along another path, and the boy was once more on his own. From this paragraph, we understood that after finishing their bread, they continued their walk. While walking, they talked a lot. So the boy did not notice the pain of his feet and the heat of the sun and the distance he had covered and the distance he had yet to cover. He just enjoyed the company of his new companion, the new village boy he met on his way. So he continued his walk talking to this new companion. But what happened? After some point, after a walk, walking a while, this village boy had to diverge into another part. He gone to another part. So the boy again became alone. Okay. He missed the village boy. He could not be seen. His own home was also hidden from the view by the side of the mountain. Hidden means kept out of sight. The river was not in sight either. He began to feel discouraged. Discouraged means lost confidence. He was sorry he had finished the bread. He might want it later. Okay. From this paragraph, we can understand the emotions of the boy at that time. What all emotions we can see here? We can see that he felt discouraged and he also felt sorry for him. Why he felt discouraged? Hmm? Why this boy felt discouraged? Because he missed the village boy. He was away from his house. Hmm? Not only that, the river was not in his sight either. That's why the boy felt discouraged. Next, we can see that here the boy felt sorry. Why he felt sorry? For what? Hmm? Sorry for what? Because now he had finished the bread he brought with him. He thought that if he may feel hungry again, he left nothing with him to eat. So he felt sorry for himself. Okay, let's go to the next paragraph. He was determined to see the river. He walked on along the hot, dusty, stony path, past mud huts and terraced fields, until there were no more fields or huts, only forest and sun and loneliness. Now there was no man or any sign of man's influence, only trees and rocks and bramble and flowers, only silence. From this paragraph, we can understand how determined he was to see the river. Because of that strong determination, he walked along the hot, dusty, stony path. Hmm? What all things he saw on the way? He saw mud huts. Mud huts means this is mud hut. Hmm? Mud hut, then terraced fields. Terraced fields, you can see it over here. Terraced fields. Okay. Then what? Then forest, sun, then trees, rocks, and bramble. Bramble means this sort of shrub. Okay. Then he also saw flowers. Then silence and silence, complete silence. So, because of that strong determination, he walked to that silence, that silence of woods, silence of that forest. Even though it was enjoyable, it was a little terrifying too. Okay, let's go to the next paragraph. The silence was impressive and a little frightening. Okay, we can understand it from here. The silence was impressive, not only impressive, it was frightening too. It was different from the silence of a room or street. It was the silence of space, of the unknown, the silence of God. We can understand that. What we can understand is that even though the silence was impressive, it was frightening also. Then as the boy rounded a sharp bend, the silence broke into sound. When the boy rounded a sharp bend, the silence suddenly broke. He could hear a sound. A sound of what? What he heard? A sudden roaring sound, the sound of the river. Far down in the valley, the river tumbled over rocks. The boy gasped and began to run. He slipped and stumbled, but still he ran. Then he was ankle deep in the painful cold mountain water, and the water was blue and white and wonderful. From this paragraph, we can understand that finally the boy reached that destination where he really wanted to be. He saw the river flowing to the rocks. When he saw the river, what he did is that he gasped and began to run. Gasp means he took a deep breath and he ran to see the river. While running, he slipped and stumbled. Stumbled means lost balance. Still he ran. At last he was there into the river. He stepped into the river. How was the water? How the water was described? The water was painfully cold. The water was so cold. Not only cold, The water was blue, white, and wonderful. Okay, students, that's all. Our story is over. Let's discuss the questions. Why did the boy feel discouraged? Say, why did the boy feel discouraged? Why did the boy lose all his confidence? Because when the village boy left him, he felt alone. He missed that village boy, and he was sad because he was far away from his house. Not only that, the river was not in his sight either, so he felt discouraged. Okay, let's discuss the next question. The boy found the silence impressive but frightening. Why? Even though the silence was very impressive, no one was around him. He was there alone in that way. That's why he felt little bit frightened. He was little bit frightened. Next one. What broke the silence of the space? Yes, the roaring sound of the river. When he heard the sound of the river, he was so happy. So that roaring sound of the river broke the silence. The boy slipped and stumbled, but still he ran. Why? He was happy to see the river which he had only heard of. When he saw it for the first time, he was so happy. So in that happiness, he ran. While running, he slipped and stumbled, but still he ran. Okay. Identify the words used to describe the water. What are the words used to describe water? Cold, blue, white, and wonderful. Okay. This question you have to write it yourself. Okay. The water in this river is clean and bright. Are our rivers the same? If not, why? So students, you should write the answer for this question by your own, and you have to send it to me. That's all for today. See you in the next class.